Hi, this is the completed ATM system. Supposing you enter an incorrect PIN number, that is what you get. Clear that. And assuming we end up entering the correct PIN number there, we can then select an option. As you can see, all of these are disabled. Once we select, let's say we select, we are now in branch. And for your information, whichever tab you go to apart from branch, they are all disabled. So you can always come into maybe loan. If you come in straight into loan, all the other tabs are disabled. Okay, we can then enter the amount of loan that you want in here and how many years you intend to pay for that very loan, add the interest rate of that, click on loan, get your receipt, and that is it. So what I will do now is to take you guys straight into visualbasic.net and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now. Hi and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial of advanced ATM system. I'm going to start by clicking on the project. Now let's select Visual Basic and come to Windows Form Application. I'm going to give it a name and call it VB_ATM, and let's click on OK. Now that my form is ready, I'm going to change the property of that form to 1368 by, let's make that 700 there. Okay, now let's add the following. I'm going to need 4 panels and it's a tab control. Now we have a panel here. Let's drag it down. I'm going to need the panel that much. Yeah. Another one here and one here. And let's drag it down much. Then we copy one of these panels. Just bring it right down here and draw that much. Let's take it right down there. Okay, as for my tab control, bring that here, drag it down right there. Okay, the 4 panels, let's select them all and come right here, go to the properties, and let's look for the border style. Yeah, and let's just make that 3D. That's fine. Then the one in the middle, I'm going to change the color of that one too. Let's go for something green. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's add 2 more. I think maybe 2 more or maybe 1 more. We just add it as we go along. 1 more tab, and the first thing I would like to do is to design the interface of this tab control. I'm going to get labels, 1 label here. Let's just copy this, and 1, we need 2 of those here. The rest is going to be rich text box, 1 rich text box here, and right here we need text box, 3 of those, 1, 2, and 3. And here we need some buttons. And this very button we're going to add, let's go to the property and just add image to it. Right in here, navigate where I have my image. You don't have to add an image, but I just want to add an image to it. Right here I have a button. Let's click on this one. Okay, let's delete the text content. So we need to copy it, and I'll just populate it, then change the images around. I only need 16 in total. Okay, this is how my interface is looking now, but here I'm going to need some buttons here as well. So let's undo that. Copy one of these, 1, 2, and 2 buttons here. So for now, this is how the whole interface looks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now change all of these buttons to the correct or to the rightful image. And here I don't seem to like this background color, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that color to control. This very one, select it and come to the background. I'm just going to enter control right there. That's much better. That's what I want. Let's see, tab 2. Repeat the same thing for tab number 2. Back color. That'll be control as well. And tab number 3. Instead of transparent, let's make it control. There, that's fine. Okay, all that is taken care of. So let's speed up the design of this interface. Alright, this is how my interface is looking. So the next thing I want to do is let's go to the property here, the properties, and right in here let's change the names. Okay, the names of the tab. So I'm going to change these. The text property, let's change this one to loan. Tab number 2, let's change that to balance. And 3, maybe we'll go for withdrawal. Then let's add another tab. Let's make that deposit. Okay, click on that, and that is that. Is that all taken care of? Okay, with this very arrow there, let's ask that to open up tab number 1. So that will be tab control. Okay, dot selected tab equals, that will be tab page 1. Alright, so which means when I run it, I can always select tab 1. Okay, let's say we have this, we can select tab 1. Okay, that's fine. Now for this other one, I think, oh okay, this is the second one. So I'm just gonna copy all of this. So for this, that's incorrect. I'll click on this. That'll be tab control 2. The next one is 3. Tab control number 3, and followed by tab control number 4. Right there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let me run it and you see what I'm talking about. So once all of these buttons are enabled, we can always tab control any of them. Okay, they are working as I want. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to disable all of these buttons so that you won't be able to use it until you get the password, the PIN number right. So double click on the form load. So let's say btn loan dot enable equals false. So that is the very first one. So the second one is going to be, let's copy that, btn the deposit equals false, the btn balance equals false, then btn withdrawal there equals false. Now that all of those are false, if we run the program, that's it, we can't do anything. And all of this, we're going to find another way to, I think I will have to disable all of this as well. So it's only this button that will be able to enable it. So let's disable all of these buttons here. So the name of that button is loan system, btn loan system false, btn reset. Okay, let's go for reset there, btn reset equals false, and btn exit, let's make that false as well. Alright, so all of those are disabled now. Now the other thing we need to do is we actually need to make all of these invisible. Right, so when the form load, it should all be invisible. So let's go for lbl loan dot visible equals false. Let's copy that, we'll just paste it for the rest. lbl deposit equals false, lbl balance false, lbl withdrawal equals false. Okay, that is taken care of. Now the other thing is, let's take care of this and this. So for the control, or for the cancel, we can declare as follows: dim I exit as dialog result. Then we need to enter I exit equals, let's get rid of this so that you can see what I'm, equals message box dot show, then confirm if you want to exit, then put a comma there, and let's enter ATM system, and let's enter message box button here, message box button dot yes no dot yes or no, comma, message box icon dot question. Okay, let's split that into two. Now let's use an if statement to confirm if I exit equals dialog results.yes, then application dot exit. There. So that is taken care of. That's for the exit. I'm going to copy that, come right in here, let's paste that in here as well. Okay, those are the lines of code for exit. So if we run it, if you want to exit the system, just click on that. Yeah. Alright, we also need this button here to enable all of those controls. So let's come into here. So if you get the password right, I expect this very button here, right here, to become true, so that we can enable those buttons. Copy, paste, paste, and paste. Right, that's taken care of as well. So if we run it now, let's say the password is right, you should be able to, let's say if I click on this, that should enable all of those buttons, right? Okay, let's come into here, copy all of these and paste that right in here. That's not the final bit though. Okay, run it and see. Okay, assuming the password is right, click on enter and this enables this. If I click on enter, I expect this to enable all of the text content as well. So let's come in here and grab all of the text content and make them all visible in here. Make them all visible, and that is if you have the correct password. Okay, there. Alright, assuming you have correct password, that become enable, and that enables that. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing we want to do is we need to allocate some values straight into this pin number area. So double click on number 1 and we go for LBL pin dot text equals LBL pin dot text plus 1. So which means add 1 to whatever value we have inside the label. So the next one is going to be 2. So this becomes 2, this becomes 3, and we have 4. Okay, I'm going to speed that up. Okay, I've entered the line of code for those ones. So that's for 0, 7, 8, then there's 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so which means when I run the program, we can enter as follows. Okay, so that's fine. What about clear? Clear is not working. Cancel works. Yes, let's double click on clear. In the case of clear, we want it to be LBL pin dot text equals clear. Okay, when we clear the system, we expect everything on the to be disabled as well. So let me just grab all of this. So which means you have to start all over. Double click on clear. There. So that will disable everything. let's say you enter the right number here, there. Okay, enable. If you click on clear, everything resets itself. All right, then what we need to now do is we now need to write a proper function to check what we have in here. Okay, now in the enter, so we're going to have to check if lbl pin.text, let's say, equals 1 2 3 4, then all of this happens. And if all of that happens, okay, let's use else if. I'm gonna copy that. Else if is 2 3 4 5, the same thing. Now let's copy this and repeat the same thing for the next one. Let's say we have one more that says, that'll be 3 4 6. Yeah, maybe one more. Let's make it 4 different individuals. So that is 6 and 7. All right. Okay, so else what should happen? Else lbl pin.text equals invalid pin. Okay, so if we run it, let's run it, and you see if I enter invalid pin, you see that invalid pin and nothing happens. So we can clear, and let's say I enter the correct pin number there, then we can select and carry out whatever we want to do. For now, this does nothing apart from this. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of the very first part of this tutorial. Bye for now. Okay, let's continue with the rest of this tutorial. Now, the clear function here, if I try it out, it doesn't work, and at the same time it does accept other characters. That shouldn't be happening. Okay, let's take care of the key clear first. We need to know the names of these. Okay, let's copy that. Double click on the clear. Okay, right there. Dot clear. Yeah, that's the first one. The second one here is number. Copy that. Let's pin this down and go back in here. Paste. Dot clear. Now the third one, which is this very one, and paste it. The other two happens to be labels, so that's a label, and this one is a label as well. LBL total. Text equals clear, and this other one is going to be LBL payment total. Total payments there. Okay, that's taken care of. Now let's check out this. That's receipt. Copy that and paste that in there. Not clear. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to take care of this 1 1 2 to make sure those two doesn't accept characters. So let's come in here, make sure you select these events, Okay, this does it right there. Select the event and let's go for key press right here, key press. So I'm just gonna enter numbers underscore only. Alright, press enter and right in there enter as follows: if ASCII e dot key char less than and equals to 8, then let's copy this. Okay, using an if statement, and if ASCII less than 48 or ASCII less than greater than 57, then v dot handled equals true. Alright, that should prevent the user from entering characters. So let's run it and see. Okay, we enter the correct pin number there, click, and let's come right in here, enable. We need to enable these ones first. I think we should disable all of those too. Okay, we cannot enter characters anymore, so that's fine. Okay, that's good. Alright, reset. It's fine. Now 1, 2 works, and we need to take care of these two. Alright, so for the let's take care of this first. Double click on loan. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to enter the following variables for the loan. So let's close that and come in here. Those are the variables I intend to use. They are all global variable. Okay, all of this for the loan. And then we now come in here, double click on the loan, and write in here, those are the lines of codes for the loan. Okay, have a look at it from here down here. Now the next thing we need to take care of is the receipt. Double click on the and we enter as follows for the receipt. Those are the lines of code for the receipt itself. Okay, let's run it and see. Okay, we enter right details in there. That's incorrect. It's gonna give us an error. Clear. Enter the right details and click enter. So we can now enter our loan. Let's say 3 years, and the rate is that. Okay, click on that. That's good. Print out the receipt there, and we can also clear it. So that is the first part of it is taken care of. Now let's take care of maybe balance. Yeah, let's take care of this. Just let's design something very small for those ones. Okay, so come in here, exit, yes, and come right in here. Let's tab into maybe account balance. Okay, for the balance, these are the data that I've put into place. You can always use an embedded database to take care of that, but for the sake of time I just enter a couple of objects in there. And for the withdrawal, the same thing. I think the same thing is there. Now for the deposit, this is what I've put together for the deposit. Okay, now one thing I would like to do is to disable all of these tabs. So I'll double click on my form right there. So I'm going to, let's just copy this tab, copy that, and right underneath here I'm going to say tab 1 dot enable equals false, tab 2 dot enable equals false. Tab 3 dot enable equals false as well. Now tab 4, we're going to disable tab 4 as well. Okay, now when we reset, I would like all of these tabs. Let's come in here, clear all of those tabs. I want them disabled. Now in here we will have a reset here, so I like all of the tab reset as well. And I haven't entered any other thing here, there's no buttons. Okay, so now if each of those tabs are, because when I run the program now, you see the tab, they are all disabled, nothing can be done. The only way out is if you enter the correct pin number. Okay, if the correct pin number is entered and you click on any of these, I want the tab to be enabled. So now let's come in here. This is tab, I think this is tab what number? Okay, tab control, and this one is what? That's 1. Okay, so in here double click on that. So this one is going to now be tab 1 dot enable equals true. Yeah, so I'm going to copy that. Now balance is 2. That's tab 2 dot enable. Now withdraw, that was tab 3, changes to 3, and finally tab 4, change that to 4. So if I run my system now and I enter the correct details there, these are the only component that can enable those tabs. You see that? Okay, and this can enable this as well, and so on. Alright, that is how the system works. Well, supposing we want to go back from one tab to the other, we can always click on this. Right, so if you want your balance, that'll be the only balance. Okay, all right, what I will do is in here I will have command to disable the other tabs only if you want. Okay, so this is 2. So for tab 2, let's go into form load right here, copy all of this, go into each individual. So the only tab that is enabled there is tab 2, delete. Okay, come in here, that is tab number 1. The only enabled tab will be 2, 3 and 4. This is tab 4. Tab 4. Now we want tab 3. There, delete all of this. Okay, I suppose you guys get the whole idea. So if we run it now, everything is disabled and you enter the correct PIN number. Click on that and we can enable this, but that does not mean any of these are enabled. Only if you click on this, let's say you click on balance, and that means this one is disabled now. Okay, so that is much better. So you can always then select your account type and so on in here. Okay, so that will be another tutorial, so you guys can always improve on that if you want. So with this, I'm going to just leave you guys with this for now. So let's say years of payment you intend to go for, and that's the percentage. Click on that, check that out. Okay, but there's one error here. This need to be tabbed on this, so let's go back into the receipt right there. Those two, come right down, double click on the receipt, and we need those two tabs. Okay, copy that and repeat the same thing for this. Alright, let's try it one more time. Enter the right, okay, and there, let's go for 89,000 plus, number of years 12 years, interest rate 4.3. click and check that out. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoyed. Please do subscribe. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.